trail of two halves today, off to Wataroa Falls and then up the other side to Otanewainuku Trek. So just coming around Rimu Loop track here, just about 5 minutes into the run, we are going to take a right down here, down to the falls. Now the Rimu Loop track itself has quite a few sort of signs which identify a number of the trees in this area, so it's all the native trees. So it's quite cool. But anyway, I'll head on down to Wataroa Falls. It's a bit rooty and underfoot here, so got to pay a reasonable amount of attention, especially as you're running downhill. Unless you want to come up a gutter, which is pretty good running down through here. So just coming up to the stream here and across till we get to the waterfall. Had a bit of rain, so I'm expecting the waterfall should be quite good today, albeit we're in the bit of rain still dropping down now, so it won't look as pretty as what it might otherwise do. But, see how heavy the flow is. Hey. Track's a bit drier than I thought it would be actually. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It only takes about 20 minutes of running to get here from the car park. There's only a couple of people on the trail today, and Summit's a little bit more people. Yeah, she's a bit cold to go swimming, I'm not going to go for that. But in summertime, that certainly is a nice place to have a refreshing dip. So I'll head on back on up. So just come up from the falls and taking the right arm of the Rimu Loop track, which will take us back up to the road where the car is. Eventually we'll cross that to go up the tree. But somewhere up here, just a bit further, is a big tree. So hopefully I'll come across that shortly. So not just any old tree, big ass rimu. I'm taking a bit of a stab in the dark at how old this might be, which I think is roughly 540 years. But she's a big one, alright. She's a beauty. Don't make them like that anymore. Right, let's get moving. fair climb up to the trek, not too far away here. I think it's about 1.6k from the car park, but relatively steep, keeps you honest. So I feel like I've gone full circle here. If you watched my earlier video on when I ran up Moao, there was the Māori legend that Moao had fallen in love with Puwhenua, which was another female mountain, but Puwhenua had already given her heart to the chiefly mountain Otanewainuku, which is where I climbed to the top of today. So it's not a big mountain by any stretch of the imagination, and as is quite typical for when I get up here, it's not a whole heap to see with regards clear weather, often quite clouded in or misted in, so no sight of Puwhenua, no sight of Moao, but if I stay up here too much longer I'm also going to have no sight of the track because it gets dark here pretty quick. So I'm going to get off this off the trig and then head on home. Now that's pretty epic. So that's it. Started out down Wataroa Falls, which looked pretty good actually with all the recent rain, and then went up the other side up to I think I said Otawa trig, but I meant Otanewainuku trig, which took us through a whole heap of native bush and canopy, rata, kahikatea. It's also a fair bit of bird life as well. So yeah, look the run up on wildthings.club. It's certainly well worth doing. It's a whole heap of fun. It's quite varied, and clocked in, I don't know, roughly an hour and a half, give or take. Depends on how quick you are, I suppose. Enjoy.